Hello. How are you all today? Doing well. Comment in the comment section below how you all are doing today. Uh, I'm doing quite well. This was a pretty good day for me. I was very happy in many ways, which I cannot go into without revealing personal information. However, that's all right and not suspicious whatsoever. I promise. So, I didn't really know what to talk about today, even though yesterday I just recorded an episode about having 1.5 million things to talk about. However, I did also mention that I forget the things to talk about constantly. So, bingo bongo, baby, that's what happened here. But a friend of mine was very kind to suggest something I could complain about. That just rolled out of my head. Something that I could talk about, which also happens to be complaining. For the most part, at least. I mean, it's not all bad, but it's school. We can talk about school. I can talk about school, and you can listen. This is, after all, a one-person deal. Anyway, school is cool. Uh, Remember all those promotional ads? Yeah, school is cool, drugs are bad. Don't do things like that. Video's not for kids. I said drugs. Twice. Anyway, school is. It gives me very mixed emotions. I. I enjoy it for the most part because I'm a very social person. I love seeing all my friends. I love seeing all the people and talking and just being a different person than I am at home. I feel that's a very big part of me at school is I can just be who I want to be. Don't look too far into that. And so school is good for me in the social aspect of it. However, the education system is quite abysmal. I say that because, in my opinion, and from what I've experienced and from all of the people that I've seen and heard from on this particular topic, it is just not good. It's not tailored to suit anyone's needs but the stereotypical child, which is not good because learning comes differently for every single person. Now, that doesn't mean that some learning methods might coincide with each other, nor does it mean that everyone has to have their own individual education experience. However, it does mean that one size does not fit all. So, whenever you go to school, right? If you still go to school, whenever you go to school, were you always excited to learn? Because that's totally okay. That's totally an okay thing to do. I was always excited to learn because I liked learning new things and being able to tell people cool stuff about science and math and new words that I learned, like numer-ultramicroscopic silicovolcanoconosis and whatever. But I did not like learning about all the arbitrary things that A, I already either knew, or B, knew would not ever have to use. So, the thing about school is that it's all technically useful information if you're going to pursue that particular field. But I highly doubt that if you want to go into the career like I want to go into, that you are going to require anything beyond Algebra 2 for math and anything outside of physical science for science purposes. I mean, obviously, it's a massive bonus to be able to know all that stuff if it interests you, but it's not required, and the amount of stress that makes it feel required is unnecessary, it's excessive. Too many people I know have cried or fought with their parents or their friends or people or their teachers or just had so much like childhood experience ruined because of school, because of how it worked and because of how it was structured. As I see it, school is this thing that just packs you full of information, which you have to regurgitate on homework and tests, and then you simply have to move on, empty out all of the previous information, get packed with a bunch of more, regurgitated on homework and tests, etc., over and over again. It's an endless loop, and that is all it is. It's not interactive, It's not entertaining. If you're not interested, of course. If it's something that you really enjoy, then go on, then good for you. But it is that's the most frustrating part about it, is you have to empty out all of this information to pack in new information. And then at the end of the course, or at the end of the semester, or quarter, or anything, you have to remember all of the information that you had to forget in order to remember more information to regurgitate all of it back onto a test, just to forget it all over again. If you caught all of that, it was a long-winded way of saying that none of it is permanent. Rarely, very rarely, do I actually get something out of my lessons anymore. I'm at a point where I feel that it's just arbitrary. It's just monotonous and pointless. And I'm just getting packed with all of this stuff so I can pass a class. That's the only thing I feel is what's happening with the information that I'm being fed, that I'm being stuffed with. I'm never going to need this. Now, whether I choose to use it is another story. I can use it to do good things. I can use it. I have the option to, should I ever need it. However, I doubt I'm going to have to use matrices in 95% of my life situations. Way less than 95. Like way more than I doubt I'll have to use it in like 99.99% of my life experiences. I doubt I'll ever have to use matrices. The only other time I might have to is when I'm helping another kid deal with matrices, or bring it up and passing a test, or on the homework, and then forgetting it all again. It's just, oh my gosh, it's so frustrating. But that's not to say that school is all bad. School is not all bad. School, in fact, overall, I believe, is quite a positive experience. Because for the first, I'm going to say 7 years, it's good. For the first 7 years, kindergarten through about 7th grade, education-wise, it's a very good experience. It teaches you basics, which basics are pretty much required for anyone who wants to be anything. You need to know the basics. And as such, it can inspire you to pursue more than the basics. So if you really enjoy doing math, or you're really good at it, and then all the teachers are like, wow, you're really good at math. And then your parents are like, wow, you're excelling, you're doing great. And then all your friends are like, oh my gosh, can you help me with my math stuff? I really need the help. And it makes you feel good. And it makes you feel good. Like, you can associate math with feeling good. And then as that grows, you get better and better at math, and you feel more and more good about doing it. And eventually, you can learn so much about math that you can create your own equations to solve the universe, like Carmichael's totient conjecture, etc. And whether or not you use that in your daily life, because I doubt you're going to need trigonometry to work out how to talk with your friends. Now, of course, if you can have conversations based around trig, but that's another story. That's just a topic about it. You don't need to study it, because I know nothing about trig, and I can talk quite well with people, I believe. But sorry if I keep bumping my mic. Anyway, if you associate that younger part of you with good feelings, then it can cause you to pursue whatever that was. Like me, I wanted to be a science teacher for the longest time, because I was the only kid that ever listened in that class, because I was interested. I really enjoyed it. And then I took chemistry, and wow, chemistry just murdered my love of science. But that's another story. Well, it wasn't just chemistry as a subject. Both of my teachers are bad. But anyway, if you want to go after something, I feel like school is the base of where that all begins. It's the pot of soil which you plant the seed. And the education system is the water, and it keeps helping you grow. And I know you need sunlight and whatever, but whatever. And it's a metaphor, man. It's an analogy. Anyway, it's a good thing, I believe, for the first 7 years. After that, it is subpar, to say the least. Now, seeing as It's been just about 10 minutes. I will probably continue that on the next episode. Because the last bit of this was a lot more happy and stuff. I feel like this could be very easily be a two-part thing. Because I have so much to say about school. Just about the system at all. Not just like stories and whatever that happened. Though someday those will be told. All right, well, that's all for me. Thanks. Well, for today. Thanks for tuning in. And I will see you when I see you. Bye-bye.